typically two types of gifts that you'll be tapping into. This is going to be where you're building your confidence and your faith. Is actually the whole point of the human experience is to almost a subconscious way of the soul to be like, please help me. And that is going to be one of the biggest signs that you are meant to be doing this work. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Hello, if you are new, my name is Andrea Johnson. I am your mystical muse, your spiritual inspiration. Welcome to what I like to call Mystical Muse Minds, where we discuss topics to expand our consciousness and improve our lives. And today we are going to be doing just that. Let me grab my coffee. Alright guys, so I am coming at you today with a video to help remind you of your truth, so shall we say. And what I mean by this, guys, is if you are a natural healer, I'm going to start this video with how I start most of my educational videos. And it is reminding you of your truth. And this is going to be the foundation in which we build upon this entire lesson. And that is that you are already spiritually gifted. The fact that you exist, the fact that you are in this human form, which is just spirit having a human experience, you are a light being. It's just tapping into states that you already naturally are. And instead of, so shall we say, developing these things, it's more so of a removing of the thought of separation, that you are not a healer. Right? The fact that you are watching this video or that you clicked on this video, maybe you have an interest in becoming a healer, maybe you're on that path right now and you just want more clarity or you want to understand yourself better. Either way, this video hit you right where you're supposed to need it. It's just coming back to the remembering that you are God consciousness in a body having a human experience. And I know it can be very confusing, especially whenever we have all these external things in our world bombarding us with information, and teachers as well, like gurus, or you know, you look at somebody and you're like, oh wow, they're a spiritual person, like how did they tap into their gifts, you know, or how did they develop themselves and get to that level? They built themselves up over time, and it takes practice. And that is the whole point of the human journey, is to take action in the physical and to experience, because in the spiritual realms you already are the healer, you already are healed. So just remember, guys, that there truly is no hierarchy of being spiritual. You only ever put teachers and external things on a pedestal as much faith as you give them, right? And that is to say within yourself as well. The whole point of the human experience is to build the faith in yourself, and a lot of that comes with experiences in life, meaning you have to set an intention and you have to take action behind it. Because guys, the purpose of the physical world is to experience physical reality, right? That means taking action to create in the physical and using your tools in the physical world and your experiences as a human to then provide you with developing yourself, to provide you with whatever experience you would like to have as this character that you're playing, whether it be a healer and what that looks like and means for you, right? So you'll take the journey through life, or the breadcrumbs that the universe will give you through experiences, through people, to then experience yourself as a healer, right? So that is what I want you to build your foundation on as I go throughout this video, is ultimately you are already the healer, right? We are only as ever healed as we think ourselves to be, and we are only what we think ourselves to be. So you're just going to be building your faith over time, and you'll figure out what works best for you, because you can essentially have any kind of spiritual gift that you would like. Gifts. So with that being said, there's typically two types of gifts that you'll be tapping into. One will be your natural gifts, and you'll probably hear this throughout your entire spiritual journey, if you haven't already, that people are just naturally tapping into your five senses elevated to a spiritual sense, your sixth sense. So some people are already gifted in these aspects, meaning they have perfected them through past lifetimes. All that truly is the belief in themselves is very solid, because they feel it, right? They know that they are good at these things, right? And it could be something that they experienced as a child. The human condition didn't teach it out of them, so they kept that skill all the way up, right? So these will be your natural abilities. So the other is the experience, the human experience. And that is just the learning that you will go through in life to develop your spiritual gifts. And these are going to come from soul contracts that you might have with people. They will come from teachers. They will come from setting your intention and actually studying or practicing, right? It's just a journey of self-mastery to becoming the healer, or discovering what your talents are or where you feel drawn to the most. And honestly, guys, this will be ever changing throughout your journey, because where you start out at and what your interests are probably going to change. And as you develop and as you master each skill or each healing ability that you would like to share with the world or use on yourself. I'll use my own life as an example. When I first started my spiritual awakening journey, I naturally could tap into the energies by my clairsentient, which is the feeling, the emotions, and actually feeling energy in my body. Now, because of this, Spirit helped me come to a modality, Reiki, through signs and synchronicity, to then present it to me to help me better my skill or my healer abilities in Reiki. And basically what had happened, guys, is that was the best modality, we'll call it a healing modality, that I could naturally use with as little spiritual knowledge as possible, or even knowledge about the chakras or anything like that, because I had none at the time, that I could develop, because it was so easy for me to feel energies in my body, to feel emotions, to go through the physical body and have physical experiences to build my faith, right? Because Spirit knew that this was the best way that I could learn, I was guided towards Reiki in the beginning of my journey. And it helped me have the experiences that I need and heal myself, essentially, because that is what truly you're going to be doing with this work, is healing you before you can heal other people, right? Your healing will be what heals other people. Anyway, so that is where I started with Reiki, and I want to quote unquote say mastered that skill, or took on the ego or the title of a Reiki master, which just helped build my faith in myself over time for me to help other people. And because I built that faith in myself, because people can read the energy that I radiate when I teach or when I practice or when I do sessions with them, it then brings up their level of faith within me to help them in either a healing session or to teach them what I have learned throughout the years, right? So this is how it works for healing others. You're going to want to heal yourself and build the faith and the confidence and your skills within yourself, so then other people feel that energy from you and know that you can help them remember their truth, which is how you're going to essentially heal them, is bringing them up to your level of vibration through you doing the activity or whatever natural ability, we'll say Reiki as an example, to build the faith within themselves to heal them. They are essentially their own healers. You are just the channel for them to remember their truth, right? That's kind of a little bit off topic, but that's how it works. And that's why it's so important for you to build yourself up and whatever healing ability that you choose or modality that you choose, because it will be read through your energy to people, and you will meet all different types of people at different levels of consciousness and vibration to bring them up to yours. And this is where also, guys, that you don't have to be a quote unquote master, because you're always as healed or you're always as developed as you ever will be in the moment, right? There is somebody out there that I don't want to say you're ahead of, but that needs that level of vibration that you are at, where you can meet them where they are at in their current journey and be who they need to be to quote unquote heal them or remind them of their purpose, right? Because of the level of vibration or consciousness you both are at. Some people may be ahead of you, and that is okay. And some people are going to be even more below you. And that's where we bring each other up to different levels of vibration, or we meet each other with what we need in the moment, right? This is going to be where you're building your confidence and your faith, is actually doing the said modality, doing the healing work within yourself and with other people. That will build your faith even faster, getting the feedback from somebody else, from somebody's experience that you have with them, you know, you're gonna want that, guys, because that's gonna build you up the fastest. It is the reassurance that you will have that your messages or your work or your energy, whatever so may be, isn't BS, right? Especially if you're very new at this. And from my experience as well, Spirit knows that you are new at these things. And if you are pure in your heart and you're truly taking action in alignment with your soul, really trying to help somebody, Spirit will deliver the right client for you to have a good experience, to build up the faith within yourself. It will happen every time like that. I promise you. Because that person would not end up in front of you if it wasn't for that. Let's go over some signs that this path is probably for you. First one being is you clicked on this video. If you clicked on this video, there is something in you that is nudging you to take this path. There is some sort of an interest or an idea, and because it has hit your field, this idea Spirit has gifted you with, this is for you to go down this path and explore more about yourself. Another sign that this work is for you is if you feel elevated when you are doing this type of work. And what I mean by this, guys, is if you feel a sense of love, if you feel a sense of life and joy whenever you are doing quote unquote healing modalities like Reiki, when you're just helping people, right? Or if you're into tarot or crystals or more the esoteric realms, if you like using those divinity vices, or if you're more into the divinity aspect of healing work and you find it very fulfilling and life-giving and elevated and loving, helping people through those things, then that means you need to keep following that feel-good feeling. Spirit communicates through us or to us through emotions, right? The feel-good feeling. So you're gonna wanna follow more of it or pay attention to how you feel when you take certain actions. You're going to also want to pay attention to how you feel with what thoughts are going through your mind, right? Because I have been down this path before too, guys, of where I feel very good about what I am doing and I know that this is for me, but sometimes I can get in my head of this voice or this narrative saying that, oh, you didn't read the energy right, or you didn't help them, don't play God, or something like that. When I have that narrative going on in my mind, it brings forth a sense of uncomfortableness or discomfort, and that is meaning that this path is not for you. It just means that discomfort with that storyline in your head isn't true, right? So you have to make the discernment or see this, that when those lies come up in your head, right? Because that's just what the mind does. Tries to keep us safe. You're going to want to further explore why that narrative is coming up. So a lot of it for me, guys, is when I first started, I cared so much about helping other people that I put so much of my worth in helping somebody else that I was afraid that I couldn't help them at one point, or I was afraid that I would be wrong in reading their energy, or what if I steered them in the wrong path, you know, all these things going on that I was like, wow, I'm really not worthy enough to be this. Or if I didn't feel that I did a good enough session with somebody, that I would really get down on myself. This is not true, because it is just showing me where I'm out of alignment because of that discomforting feeling. When I switched my thoughts to, I was the divine channel, however which way it needed to play out was exactly what that person needed, and I served my purpose because my intention with the session was of pure heart and spirit, right? Shifted immediately, shifted from a low vibration of unworthiness to be doing this work to a high vibration of I just helped somebody out, and sense of love and understanding whatever happens in the moment was meant to happen. Another sign is people come to you for a specific quote unquote healing. You did the inner work, right? You have healed something in your life or solved a problem that other people have, and be the same problem. You know that you can help other people solve theirs, right? And that just more so builds the faith within yourself and builds the faith within other people that you can help them. Because subconsciously people are guided towards you because they feel your shift in energy. The soul feels the healing energy that you radiate. So you can think of it like your light light might attract darkness. And I don't like to put it like that, but your light is pulling in people who need it, right? They know that you can help them, and it's almost a subconscious way of the soul to be like, please help me remember my truth, right? And that is going to be one of the biggest signs that you are meant to be doing this work. I want to make this a note, guys, that you don't have to use spiritual modalities to be a quote-unquote healer. All you have to do is show up as the energy of love and take an action behind it, or have good intention to just heal other people. Your presence alone in the world, just being you, light and love, and doing things that light you up, being happy, that is healing. That is the healer, guys. What I'm more so talking about here is what people like to put a identity behind being a healer is spiritual teacher, the practitioner, like a Reiki practitioner, or somebody who does psychic readings or tarot. That's more so of what I'm kind of talking about here. But essentially, all you have to do is show up as light and love and do the things that light you up, and you are a healer. So you can think of this as somebody just being an elementary school teacher, and they love their job. They love helping children. The children are magnetized towards them, and Spirit places these people in the right environments to help bring light to them, right? To those environments that might be dark. So you can think of it like the teacher in an environment where children might not receive that same light and love at their home, that teacher can provide for them in the school. And that is what will help heal that child, right? So that's what I mean by anyone is a healer, guys. If you embody light and love and show up as that no matter where you're at. I can show up as God every single day if I choose to. I can show up and be a channel for God every single day if I choose it, right? Because I have had to battle these thoughts of, oh, I want to be a healer, or I want to do these practices full time. And it's like, but I can be this full time. I am it full time, right? If so I choose to be, because I have a corporate 9-to-5, guys. And I have taken on I don't want to say the job, but I choose to show up as God in my 9-to-5 job and help elevate others around me. Help bring light and love into a corporate world where it's pretty stressful for a lot of people, right? Our jobs can be stressful. So I choose to do that. And so can you. So trust the journey that you're on and let it unfold. Be open to where it takes you in life, right? And approach it with like a child's mindset of just being curious. Like, I wonder if I went down this route, where it would take me, right? And if you don't like where it takes you, you can always change it, right? So that is the gift of our free will and of just exploring and playing in this earthly playground, right? It's truly the experience that you want to have here is truly up to you on what you would like to experience in your mindset. You just have to know what that is, set the intention, and trust the journey along the way, and follow your intuition, follow the breadcrumbs of the universe, follow that feel-good feeling. And as long as you keep your thoughts in alignment with the feeling, you can do no wrong. And the feeling of authenticity, of love, right? When you embody that, guys, no matter what path you take, be a Reiki practitioner, be a teacher, be just a stay-at-home mom. Whatever path you take with that embodiment of authenticity and love, you are healing. You are the healer. Okay? I want you to remember that. So, anyways, guys, I hope that this video helped you. I hope it gave you a little bit of everything as far as if you're coming here and you wanted to be like, is Reiki my thing? Is tarot my thing? Whatever. Or if you just wanted to understand how the energy works in your soul and what we truly are. Or maybe this video brought you back to your remembrance that you're already whole, perfect, and complete. So, sending you guys all my light and all my love. Satnam.